Hello, welcome to my video about types of 3D printer. In this video, I will just give you a brief introduction of types and technology of 3D printer that we can find in the market. Okay, so let's move on to our video. So the printing methods. Okay, in 3D printing, we have many types of methods that you can use to print out your model. Okay, for example, we have material extrusion method, okay, wet polymerization, okay, powder bed fusion, okay. You have two types of materials for this, okay, either polymers or metals, okay, and then material jettings and binder jetting, okay. So these are the 3D printing methods, okay. So first of all, material extrusion, okay. The type of technology that used for this material extrusion is very commonly known as fused deposition modeling, okay, which is the FDM printer, okay, or it also called as FFF, which is the triple F, fused filament fabrication, okay. Next is the materials, okay. So the materials that is used for this material extrusion is the thermoplastic filament that you can find, okay, like ABS, PLA, PETG, TPU, and PET, okay. So normally the dimension accuracy will be around 0.5%, and the common application is used for electrical housing, form and fit testing, jigs and fixture, and many more. Okay, so fused deposition modeling. So this is the 3D printing technology that is widely used to print a object, okay, to create an object. So this is the most common 3D printing method that you can find, okay. Any 3D printer that you can find in the market right now, most commonly are using this technology, which is fused deposition modeling, okay. So sometimes it also can be referred as the triple F, which is fused filament fabrication. So how does FDM works? Okay, so FDM works through feeding a spool of filament, okay, into the 3D printer, to the extruder, and then it will push the filament to the printer nozzle of the extrusion head, okay. So the printer nozzle is then heated, okay, to a desired temperature that you want. This basically is based on the material that you are using, and then the extrusion motors will start pushing the filament through the heated nozzle and causing the filament to melt like this, okay. So basically, let me get my pen. Your filament will be pushed into here, okay, and it will go down to here. So over here you will have a heater, okay, and a sensor, okay. This sensor is the thermal sensor. So once your nozzle, the heat block over here, reaches to a certain temperature that you want, okay, this is my thermometer, okay, reaches to a certain temperature that you want, it will start melting the filament and start pushing out the filament, okay. So that's basically about the FDM, okay, how FDM works, okay. Next up is, after that, once the filament is melted, the printer then will move the extruder head, okay, which is the picture that you saw over here, this part, okay, along with a specific coordinates, okay, which will laying down the molten material onto the build plate where it cools down and solidifies, okay. So once one layer is complete, it will continue the layer, and it will build upon layer by layer until your object is fully formed. Okay, so basically is like this picture that you can see here. So it's building layer by layer. So in this picture is actually a two nozzles extrusion, okay, which means the printer can print two different colors at the same time. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, type of FDM printers. Okay, so basically FDM printers, you have two main types, which is the Cartesian and the Delta type. So the Cartesian name came from the Cartesian plane. Okay, so which is basically moving along x, y, and z coordinates. Okay, and the Delta type is basically it supports with three motors. Okay, three steppers motor over here to move the extruder head along the build plate until your desired model is formed. Okay, next up, wet polymerization. Next up, wet polymerization printing method technology. Okay, so wet polymerization, you have three main technology. Okay, stereolithography, okay, or we can call it as SLA, mass stereolithography, MSLA, and direct light processing, okay, which is DLP. So this printing method, normally the material used is the photopolymer resin, okay. So you have four types: is standard, castable, transparent, and high temperature. Castable resin is basically when you print out your model, you can cast it into a metal. Okay. So dimension accuracy is around 0.5. The lower limit it can go up to 0.15 millimeters. Okay. And common application also you can widely use jewelry, dental application. Okay, these two are most commonly the most common application that we use for wet polymerization. Okay, and many more. Okay, so SLA and DLP is the two common technology that can found in wet polymerization. So how does wet polymerization goes? Okay, so wet polymerization is a 3D printing process where a light source selectively curls the photopolymer resin in the vat. Okay, the vat is basically a tank that you put your resin, okay, your material. Okay, so the difference between SLA and DLP is, okay, both use light source to curl your resin, but SLA use a point of laser and DLP is a voxel approach used by, where DLP printer is used a voxel approach. Okay, so in here, over here, this picture that you can see here, this is SLA. Basically, you have a light source, one straight light, and you have two motors that adjusting the angle of the light so that it will print according to your desired model object. Okay, and DLP over here is, you can see here, it basically prints by one light. Okay, so first of all, it will clean the resin, and then it will print a layer for it, and then continue on with the process. So this is how DLP works. Okay, so apart from FDM, SLA, or even DLP that you see from my previous slide, we have many more 3D printing techniques or technology has been used. Okay, for example, we have the powder bake fusion, which you can use either polymers or metals. Okay, so over here you can see we have different type of technology used for this 3D printing method. Okay, so like SLS, DMLS, SLM, and EBM. Okay, so basically this 3D printing method can be the process is based on the image that you can see over here. Okay, so apart from that, we have material jetting 3D printing method. Okay, most the technology that is used in this 3D printing method is material jetting or drop on demand, DOD. Okay, so the process you can see is based on the image over here. Okay, so it's almost a bit like the FDM also. So lastly, we have binder jetting. Okay, which is actually basically is the technology or the method used. Okay, that's all about my video for types of 3D printer. For more information, you can go to the link in the description below. And one more thing, the information about this video are basically made up from a website which is from All3DP, okay, regarding about the topics for types of 3D printing method. See you in the next video. Bye!